Hello, this is a guide video for the components to make the Phantom Spark new legendary weapon and Core Keeper Sunken Sea biome update. I had a few questions asking where I found these, and I kind of just showed the ending phase of crafting it, so I wanted to go over exactly the locations of the shutdown protocol, the anomaly report, and the overwrite transcript for the empty crystal, and then also the channeling gemstone, the fractured limbs, and the energy string for the parchment that you get at the end. Okay, so the very first step in getting your own Phantom Spark is coming over to your little stone biome caveling merchant and buying the empty crystal. Now it costs 3,000 currency, and you need the materials listed below, which are the shutdown protocol, the anomaly report, and the overwrite transcript. Now, you are going to be at the mercy of RNG with your randomly generated world, but I will show you exactly where I found mine, and hopefully it'll help some people with figuring out what to keep an eye out for. So let's get into it. Just a few quick tips that I wanted to add in here to really help you zip around this biome is crafting the speeder is going to help a lot. The speeder is, I think, about twice as fast as the original boat that you can craft. And then also, if you happen to fight Morpha the aquatic mass, Morpha has a chance to drop this coral ring. Now this coral ring gives you plus 45 max health and plus 6% boat speed. Now this is really going to help you zip around and navigate through this biome very quickly. While exploring the Sunken Sea biome, you'll come across these Sentinel dungeons. Now, the dungeons that I found that had items pertaining to the Phantom Spark all had these grand displays for an entrance. So this dungeon has these caveling statues. I found another dungeon that had the same kind of entrance, and then the third dungeon had kind of a sunken ship underneath the water, like right where I'm standing. So on my map, the dungeons are also quite a bit larger than the little ones that you can run into. So here's one dungeon, here's the second dungeon, and then here's the last dungeon that I found that all had the items for the empty crystal and the glyph parchment. Now, I guess if you zoom out, you can kind of see that these locations are generally located towards about the halfway marker of the biome. I don't know if that's generally how they're going to be set up, but that's how they were for me. Now, I will go into the dungeon and show you exactly the kind of room that you're looking for that's going to have one of the components for the empty crystal and the glyph parchment. So within one of these Sentinel dungeons, you'll find a room that has this kind of worn looking core. And if you go up to it, there will be a slot which will contain one of the three materials for the empty crystal. So that's the shutdown protocol, the anomaly report, or the overwrite transcript. Now also in this room should be a chest that contains one of the other three items, the channeling gemstone, the fractured limbs, or the energy string. And you'll have to find 3 of these dungeons total to get all the components for the Phantom Spark. So after obtaining all 6 of the crafting components, you can then use the empty crystal to combine the shutdown protocol, the anomaly report, and the overwrite transcript. Now this will turn into the admin key, and this is kind of where my previous video picks up. The admin key you'll then use to slot into the rectangular door that you can find on your map. For me, this little room was located right here, just on the edge of a chunk of land. I don't know if that's how it's going to be for everybody, but that's where I found it myself. And after You open up the door, it'll lead you to a chest that will contain the glyph parchment. Now this is the actual recipe for the Phantom Spark, and you'll just need to combine the channeling gemstone, the fractured limbs, and the energy string with 100 octarine bars and 20 ancient gemstones, and then you can get your very own Phantom Spark. And I mean, that's it. You got it. I hope that this helps some people kind of figure out what to look out for in the Sunken Sea biome. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, and GG.